Hi, I'm RinRin. I'm 21 years old from the Philippines, and next month I will be touring at Brisbane, Sydney, and Melbourne with Inferiority Complex and Live Like Animals.
Beautiful, RinRin. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. So, as you say, you're preparing to hit the road as part of the Protagonist Tour, which starts in Sydney on May the 12th, before going to Melbourne on the
hmm
13th and finishing Brisbane on May the 20th. So, how are you preparing for the run of shows?
Oh, we've been having rehearsals every Sunday for like 6 weeks now.
All right.
And yeah, we recently just had band coaching as well. And yeah, I'm excited to you know, show everyone my new moves. Yes.
Yeah. So, run us through a typical RinRin live show and what people can expect from it.
Well, I you can expect from it. Well, a lot of headbanging, that's for sure, and uh a lot of fun boppy songs and some breakdowns and cool solos and a little bit of story times. Yeah. And yeah, just having lots of fun because yeah.
Yeah, awesome. And you were handpicked by Quona Creative to headline these shows. So, what can you tell us about them?
Well, I didn't know much about them, but they're really nice people and they lined me up with really cool bands. I actually became a fan of like these bands that they picked for us to like tour together with. So yeah, I really like them. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kona. I love
No
you.
worries. And you were last on this side of Australia as a showcase act at BigSound 2022. So how was that experience?
Oh my gosh, it was like life-changing because it was the first time I actually got to tour with my band. Like, so Big Sound was really like an eye-opener. I really got to like see other artists and meet a lot of people, and it was like, learning experience, but it kind of motivated me more to like do what I do because I did have like doubts sometimes. I'm sure every artist goes through that, doubting stage, but yeah, Big Sound just really made me feel like, yeah, this is it. I want to keep doing this and yeah.
Very good. And coming from Perth, I don't suppose you'd get too many opportunities as bands to do something like this, would you?
No, like Perth is kind of like dead, if you probably know this. Everything happens over east and stuff. So yeah, if I had a choice, I would probably move over east, but I'm kind of, yeah.
Stuck it out. So,
Stuck here.
oh no. So as a band, what sorts of things do you do to compensate for the fact that there isn't much happening in Perth, like when you're trying to make it somewhere else?
Well, I make the most of, the online presence.
Yeah.
Like I play my songs in Japan. I have a friend over there, Mike Rogers, and he plays his songs on his radio station, the Mike Rogers Show. And yeah, I just try to get some audience online, like over in the UK and the US. But yeah,
Yeah.
Japan especially because I would really love to tour in Japan someday.
I've been to Japan. I've toured Japan about 6 times. It's brilliant, really nice.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Lucky.
So, for those unfamiliar with RinRin, give me a bit of history on the band or on yourself.
So I started doing gigs with my dad's cover band when I was like 14, 15, 16. Yeah, but at the time I was just a guitarist. Like I never saw myself singing because I'm shy. I I don't like being the center of attention, so I like to like hide in a corner. But until some time where I joined like original bands when I was 18, because I was old enough to actually go to the bars and stay there. And yeah, and then they disbanded and I had like original demos, you know, just collecting dust in my laptop. And I was like, what if I could, you know, write my own stuff by myself? So yeah, I started RinRin by myself. And obviously I had no one else to sing it, so I sang it. So I was like, fuck, okay, I have to sing it myself. And it was The Game. The Game was my first single. And then after that, it did pretty well. It got like some attention, and there were some people that wanted to join my cause. You know, so I was like, okay, cool. I have bandmates, and yeah, so that's why it's called RinRin, because originally it was just me solo. But now, yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
And as a band, like you play a mixture of pop punk, new metal, and J-pop. So how difficult is it to combine those genres into something that works?
The thing is, for me, when I write something, I don't really restrict myself like, okay, I'm writing this genre and I have to stick to this genre. It's like, because my voice isn't really a typical metal artist kind of voice. So I just do whatever I think sounds good, and I just make it happen and be like, okay, what does this sound like? It sounds like pop punk, J-rock, and you know, if it slaps, it slaps, you know. So it's not really hard for me, but I just hope to other people it sounds like it makes sense.
And what's next for RinRin after the Protagonist Tour?
So we're having another gig, like a homecoming gig back in Perth. I don't have the dates for it yet, but I'm still working on that. And I have some unreleased singles that I'm going to release shortly after the tour. And yeah.
There we go. All right. Well, thanks very much for your time today. The Protagonist Tour kicks off in Sydney on May the 12th, and hopefully it goes really well for you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.